It's one of the biggest athletic events to hit Seattle in years.
A lot of people think when you have disability, you can't do the things that you love to do.
We go behind the scenes of a photo shoot celebrating some athletes that will inspire you. Then we visit a spot where barbecue is a religion.
Nothing compares. That's all that needs to be said. Nothing compares. Nothing.
Refine gets the VIP tour of a local company on the move. And they are the region's hottest sports team, but you won't find them in Seattle.
Yes.
We get a workout from the SeaWolves. Seattle Refine starts now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refine. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, Seattle is getting ready to host the biggest sporting event to hit the city in more than 2 decades. The Special Olympics USA Games will take over Seattle next week, and Como 4 is proud to be a sponsor. Toyota is also a global partner of the Special Olympics, and Western Washington Toyota dealers sponsor the final leg of the Torch Run that took off from Liberty Lake near Spokane yesterday. The Special Olympics Torch is making its way through Washington over the next few days and will end at Husky Stadium on Sunday for the opening ceremony. And thanks to our sponsor, Western Washington Toyota dealers, Refine photographer Cy Bean got to know some local athletes ahead of the games. And we couldn't wait to see what happened, so let's go places. Cy loaded up a 2018 Sienna minivan for his next Toyota adventure. The stylish, sporty, and spacious ride sits up to 8 people, and it was perfect to hold all his gear for a special Refine photo shoot.
We are so excited that Special Olympics USA are going to be in Seattle this year. Right now we are heading to Renton to the Red Lion to meet some of the athletes who will be representing Washington State this year.
1, 2, 3,
It's a huge honor for Seattle to host the Special Olympics USA Games. More than 4,000 athletes and coaches are coming from across the country to compete in more than a dozen sports.
The 2018 USA Games will be the largest event in Seattle in more than 25 years, and I think for the community to be able to come out and embrace the athletes and welcome all of the athletes coming from across the country is a very unique opportunity for our community.
I'm just completely honored to be taking these portraits of these athletes. I think it's extremely inspirational. Face me, just like that. That's awesome. And looking up.
My name is Jennifer Goodley, and I'm competing in powerlifting. It makes me real strong and tough, and since I started powerlifting, it made me feel stronger and less scared of people. They don't get me upset anymore.
Hi, my name is Melanie Hernandez. A lot of people think when you have disability, you can't do the things that you love to do and all that, but I believe they're wrong. Even if you had disability, you can still do basketball, track and field. You can prove the people wrong that you can do something. Even if you have disability, even if you can't walk on your legs, you can still do something. That's the point of Special Olympics.
It's important because people are different. Either if you have disabilities or not, everybody's accepted in Special Olympics.
It's not just athletes at the games. You can bet tons of family and friends will cheer them on as well.
Yeah.
9-year-old Franny is one of the youngest athletes to compete. She says her biggest fan is her mom.
Oh, she loves me. Ask your mama.
I love you, sweetie. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. So she started doing gymnastics with Special Olympics last fall. So it was her first season, and she's doing a great job and loves it, and we're very proud of her. Oh, sweet girl. So sweet.
That's kind of cool. Let's do that.
I have at least 100 people coming to watch me. They don't all go to my school.
I'll bring the gold, baby.
Sweet.
I think I can make Washington proud again.
Yeah, my name is Jennifer, and I'm gonna make Washington proud. Go Team Washington! Woo!
My name is Mama. I'm gonna make Washington proud.
I'm Michelle, and I'm gonna make Washington proud. Yeah!
If you put your mind to it, there's nothing you can't accomplish.
That's a wrap on another Toyota adventure and one very special Refined photo shoot. To learn more about the Special Olympics USA Games in Seattle or to check out Size Athlete Gallery, head to SeattleRefined.com. And for more information about the 2018 Sienna or any other Toyota model, head to viatoyota.com. Changing gears, there's something new to eat at Nordstrom. Seattle restaurant king Tom Douglas just opened a brand new fast casual restaurant at Nordstrom's East Side location. It's called Department Bento, and surprise, surprise, it features build-it-yourself Japanese bento boxes. You can also relax after a day of retail therapy with a glass of wine or Japanese beer. If you've tried Department Bento, drop us an email and let us know what you think. You are about to see a lot more barbecue spots around Western Washington. That's because our sponsor, Pecos Pit, is having so much success. And after seeing how their tasty operation works, we understand why.
It's top notch as far as I'm concerned.
If you've ever been to Pecos Pit in Seattle, you know the barbecue is smoking.
Nothing compares. That's all that needs to be said. Nothing compares. Nothing.
Pecos Pit has gone from a mom and pop shop to a barbecue empire in the making, with catering, a food truck, and several locations, including this awesome West Seattle spot. So what's the deal with Pecos? Tell me a little bit about it.
So Pecos started back in 1980. Ron and Deborah Wise opened up a store in a gas station. And Ron was a cook and Deborah was a cashier. And all they did was sandwiches. And over 30 years, they grew this business and grew this cult following.
So you basically got the recipes, right?
Yes, yes.
And then you make this fine food.
Things I always look for is going to be meat that's moist, and Pecos Pit does that perfectly.
Cowboy caviar. Have you ever had cowboy caviar before?
I don't even know what it is.
It's like a bean and corn salad with piquillo peppers and cumin vinaigrette. It's really good.
I got the bowl with the cowboy caviar with the beef, and it's delicious.
But the secret to Pecos Pit's success isn't in the sauce, it's in their strategy.
But the difference between Pecos is we don't have smokers outside of our restaurants. We actually bring this beautiful smoked meat in fresh every single day.
And why is that? Why do you go that route?
We have to keep up with capacity. And a lot of times what happens is if you have smokers that are in all these different restaurants, you can't keep up with the demands. Plus, you basically keep the quality control in one centralized area. So we have 6 pit guys that cook all the meat for all our restaurants. You know, instead of having different pit guys at each restaurant because, you know, they mess it up.
I couldn't wait to see where the barbecue magic happens. We headed to the Pecos Pit headquarters in Kent. Wow, look at this in here. Why do you have this? This is your corporate headquarters, and it's fun.
Because barbecue's fun, you know, and we are working at creating a guest experience that's fun and engaging and the full experience.
It's no shock that Pecos Pit is on the road to serious success. The man behind the brand also created top restaurants like Red Robin and Salty's.
Well, we think Pecos can be a national, international chain.
And why barbecue?
It triggers these thoughts about, God, that's going to be fun. And yeah, I want to get it on my fingers, and I want to have some moonshine with that, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And it's just a fun genre. It's one of the few words when you say barbecue, everybody reacts positively.
Pecos Pit is doing it bigger and better than I've ever seen.
Add fuel to the fire, baby.
Here we go.
No! No! Whoa!
They have a room with 5 massive smokers that cook the meat to perfection.
Look at that!
What are we going to carve into first?
Let's try the brisket.
It just peels apart.
It's got that nice smoke.
Oh man, that's money.
So in tradition with barbecue, you tasted the meat right off the smoker.
Loved it.
So now we have to break it in by having a shot of bourbon or moonshine.
So I got moonshine, you got some bourbon.
You ready?
And you got some cool stuff going on here at Pecos.
Cheers. Thank you. Good seeing you.
Here we go. Woo! I like that. It gets better. Pecos Pit has some awesome deals this 4th of July. We're talking ribs for only $1. To learn more, head to SeattleRefined.com. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Get ready to be starstruck. Somebody told me you actually worked at Nordstrom in your real life at some point. I get an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of Thursday night's hottest new show. But first, if sports are your jam, Head south, young man. Find out why the South Sound is a field of dreams for families looking to get physical.
It's actually...
Welcome back to the show. I'm Guard Swanson. If you're a sports junkie, downtown Seattle isn't the only place to get your fix. Thanks to our sponsor, Seattle Southside Regional Tourism Authority, Refine's Brandon Bernstead found out there is a ton of stuff going on south of the city, including a new pro sports team that's blowing away the competition.
Whether you're an athlete or a fan, when it comes to sports, Seattle Southside is the center of the action. Hit 'em long and hit 'em straight at Foster Golf Links, a Tukwila tradition since 1925. Explore the depths of the Puget Sound with scuba diving at Redondo Beach in Des Moines, or roll a strike at Tukwila's Acme Bowl. But for a truly world-class training ground, look no further than Starfire Sports.
We have 54 acres of soccer heaven. We have 12 outdoor fields and 2 indoor fields. It's basically mecca for soccer players, especially the kids.
With easy access to the freeway and SeaTac Airport, Starfire hosts soccer tournaments, rec leagues, and youth camps.
That idea of serving the community and making it available for kids who can't afford it, I think it's incredible. And to be able to host the professional teams here at the same time and just have them immersed in the community and part of it is just incredible.
That's right. Starfire is the home base of the Seattle Sounders, Sounders Women, Seattle Stars, and the hottest team in town, Major League Rugby's Seattle SeaWolves.
This is the top level you can play in North America, so everything's really high level.
The SeaWolves sold out every home game during their inaugural season, and now there's a wait list for season tickets.
This is a small stadium with an awesome atmosphere. It's packed out 100%, and the fans are loud.
The atmosphere here is phenomenal. It's crazy. We have visiting teams going, how do we get this? How do we emulate what you guys have?
Rugby is hard-nosed and physical, non-stop action. I've never played this sport. Luckily, the SeaWolves agree to show me the ropes.
So here's some of the drills we do during training. One guy takes the ball into contact, first guy cleans out that first guy, and then you get that ball out to the backs.
So it's just drive and go. All right, let's check it out.
I pick up the basics, running with the ball and passing pretty quickly.
Yes, Brandon!
But kicking does not go well.
This is not it for me.
Guide that ball down and try to get it to bounce slightly back towards you.
Okay. Oh, there it was.
Luckily, kicking ability isn't a requirement to play rugby, but strength definitely is.
Whenever the ball goes out into touch, this is how we restart plays, and it's basically throw it to the guy, and we lift and catch.
These guys throw me into the air like it's nothing, but after an early fall and some coaching, I get the hang of it. The SeaWolves aren't just world-class athletes, they're legitimately good guys. Easy to root for. And the only place to watch them play is Seattle Southside.
3, 2, 1. SeaWolves! A bit of skin. Nice job, fellas.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Bernstead.
To learn more about everything there is to do in the South Sound or watch that story again, log on to our website. Coming up on Refined, ice cream that will have you mesmerized. And I spend the day on the set of the new crime-fighting dramedy, Take Two. Welcome back to the show. I'm Guard Swanson. A new crime-fighting duel has audiences doing a double take. It's called Take Two, and it stars Rachel Bilson and Eddie Cibrian as a crime-fighting odd couple.
You're Sam Swift. I'm not about to babysit a spoiled, out-of-control ego.
I haven't needed a babysitter since I was 10.
Sorry, at your age they call them sponsors.
You know, Eddie, you really put the dick in detective.
Take Two is one of the hottest shows on ABC this summer, and they're still shooting north of the border. During a break in taping, co-star Eddie Cibrian gave me a quick tour of his office, and Rachel's in the show. So I get the idea you had no input on the decorations of this place because it looks pretty good.
Of course, you're right. Yeah. Look, I'm really good at interior design, by the way. But you're right. This is pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I was really shocked and amazed when I came in and saw the set for the first time. I mean, it's beautiful. This kind of like open floor, kind of industrial space, downtown kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
You know, I read somewhere too that you love motorcycles, and I see you got a motorcycle right there.
Yep.
So was that your input?
They knew when I met with the writers early on, they knew that I loved motorcycles, and so I also have a motorcycle. It's not on set right now, I don't think. No, they took it off set, but I have a really cool motorcycle that's always in this set as well.
Yeah.
I have there, so they haven't let me ride it yet.
So you're playing a PI, and then somebody told me you actually worked at Nordstrom in your real life at some point.
I did, yes. I was security at Nordstrom's. See, so I've been practicing this PI stuff for a long time.
You're a natural then.
Natural.
Now, did you arrest anybody?
There have been some apprehensions, we like to call them, not arrests.
You remember any good ones?
No, I don't remember any good ones. There's so many. It happens every day there.
That's right. Yeah. But what a cool job. I mean, talk about a natural, and it fits right into your role.
It kind of fits in. See, there's something to call back on. Yeah.
And then what's this room over here?
Well, you'll see. This is a very manly area right here.
Yeah, I like
and then
this.
when we pop into here, there's a little feminine touch. And so this is Rachel's character's room right here.
Now, this used to be a mess, right? With boxes and all kinds of junk?
Yeah, this used to be my storage area, right? Because I wasn't expecting that I'd have a partner that would come in and take over. And this is actually very feng shui, don't you think, compared to mine?
I like it.
Yeah.
You're having a great time on this show, aren't you?
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's really a fun show.
Hey, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, of course.
And good luck on your show.
Thank you for coming by.
You got it.
All right.
Take 2 airs tonight at 10 right here on Como 4. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Have you ever gone down the YouTube rabbit hole watching cat videos, maybe some retro TV, or even the latest food trends? Well, it could be a big waste of time, but for one local group of young entrepreneurs, man, it has really paid off. John Prentice shows us their sweet Seattle business.
Call it a sweet addiction. Millions of people are mesmerized by these YouTube videos showing how to make this treat from Thailand, rolled ice cream. Brian is one of them.
I just had to have it. Of course, being a foodie, I'm just about drooling. I thought my mouth was crying. That's how much saliva was coming out.
And he wasn't alone. Brian's college buds at Western Washington University also had an instant obsession, and they decided to take a leap of faith.
We couldn't believe what we were looking at. This was flash frozen ice cream. It's being rolled up. It completely breaks everything about what you know about ice cream from a scoop.
When we first saw the videos of it a couple years ago on YouTube or Facebook, we really wanted to try it, but there's no companies in the Pacific Northwest doing it, so we thought, why not us?
So we decided to put our heads together, pool our money together, and bring it out here to the great Pacific Northwest.
That's how their food truck, Igloo Rolls, was born. Now they're turning out some of the craziest and most creative treats in the Seattle area.
So what are some of the options? What are some of your flavors?
So one of my personal favorite flavors is Cold Lunch, which has peanut butter and jelly in it. The one I'm going to be making for you today, we call it Unicorn Poop. So it has Captain Crunch berries in it, and then it's topped with Fruity Pebbles. The reason I like this flavor so much is because it tastes just like the milk at the end of the cereal. So right now, since it's so cold, -12 degrees, it is slowly freezing the cream as I chop up the cereal. And we try to mix it all as soon as possible.
How do you get the ratio just right?
We decided to experiment and be in the lab for hours and hours and days, really, to try to get the perfect combination of cream to cereal.
What do people say when they see this for the first time?
It's a whole new experience.
Business is crazy this summer. We'll do farmers markets, we do private caterings. Our favorite is actually doing weddings. There's this growing trend right now called the anti-cake movement. And so we've jumped on top of that. We invited the bride and groom to come out, and then as they roll into their new lives together, they should represent that by taking the first roll.
It didn't take me long to become a rolled ice cream groupie like the rest of them. Now it was time for the taste test.
So this is unicorn poop.
It tastes a lot better than it sounds, I promise you.
Okay, well, we're gonna see. Wow. I am 6 years old right now.
Right?
It really tastes like...
It's a flashback.
Yes.
And tastes just like the milk at the end, right?
Absolutely.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
To find out more about Igloo Rolls, head to SeattleRefined.com. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gart Swanson. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time right back here on Seattle Refined.